Hi everyone, and thank you for joining us. Today we are going to be speaking about how to stay socially connected. It is a strange time in our world right now, and you likely already know the rules very well about social distancing. At the same time, social connection remains an important part of our lives and also an important part of our well-being. So the question is, how do we stay both socially distant and socially connected? Now, the great news is many of you out there are already experts at this. You likely have already been connecting virtually with friends and loved ones over platforms like Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, Messenger, texting, FaceTime, you name it. There's probably some new one I've never heard of. And I'm not here to talk to you about that because you probably are, you know more about operating those platforms than I do. But I am here just to give you some things to think about as connecting virtually becomes an even bigger part of our world. So the first thing I want you to think about is safety. This remains very important. When you connect on social media, you often end up talking with people that you never have actually met in person. So maybe some stranger adds you on Snapchat and, oh, that person doesn't even live in our area. So that person could be lying or could be faking things about their identity, and we don't really have a way of finding out. So for that reason, it's always good just to be cautious about the types of information you share online, and especially don't post things like your phone number or your address or things like that. And if somebody starts to be inappropriate or disrespectful with you online, then you can always take steps to get that person blocked from you personally, but then you might even be able to report it to the platform, say like Instagram, for example, and ask that they take steps to deal with that person to make sure that they're not doing it to someone else. And if something like that's going on for you, that's a really good time to get a trusted adult involved and ask for their help. The next thing I want you to consider is possibly mixing things up. So while you may have your regular routines of how you connect, maybe you have one bestie that you FaceTime with every day, could you consider FaceTiming with your grandmother, for example, or maybe a neighbor? Is there a friend that you always text with, but you haven't actually spoken with them on the phone? Maybe you could try that. Or you could even go old school. You could write a postcard or a letter. Sometimes we get in a rut where we're just connecting the same way with the same people. So mixing it up can be interesting. And it might be a little anxiety provoking at first, but if you kind of push through it, you'll notice that it will get easier. And the last and really important thing I want you to notice is your mood as you're connecting over social media. Social media definitely brings lots of positives to our life, especially now, but there is a downside to social media. And sometimes after interacting on social media, we can actually end up feeling judged, alone, sad, anxious. So I just want you to notice that. After you've had an interaction on social media, or maybe you've kind of been spending a lot of time on social media, just stop and ask yourself, do I feel better or do I feel worse? And if you notice that social media is actually kind of bringing your mood down, it's a perfect opportunity to put away the phone, put away the computer, and actually connect with the people in your home, the people who are right there in front of you. Maybe ask a parent if they want help preparing a meal, play a game with a younger sibling, just chat with a grandparent. The possibilities are endless. So that's it. Social connection remains really important and we want you to do it, but we just want you to be intentional and stay healthy. So those are my ideas. I'm sure you have more and we would love to hear about your experiences and your advice, so feel free to leave us a comment below.